You ever wonder why banks act like nervous parents when you ask for a bigger loan? It is because lenders are basically watching your midterm rental business like a soap opera, waiting to see if you mess up. Debt service coverage ratio sounds fancy, but it just means can your income actually pay your bills with a little left over. Lenders usually want to see at least 1.25, which means for every dollar you owe, you are bringing in $1.25. Think of it like ordering a value meal. If you can barely afford the burger, the bank does not trust you to also buy the fries, which in this case are your future loans. Loan-to-value ratio is another one lenders love to stare at like a hawk. It compares how much you owe against what your property is actually worth, and if that number creeps too high, you start looking like a house of cards in a hurricane. Occupancy rate is basically your report card for hustle. If your midterm rentals sit empty like a mall on a Tuesday morning, lenders start whispering about risk behind your back. Cash reserves matter too because nobody wants to fund a business that is one broken water heater away from a crisis. Lenders like seeing 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up like a financial security blanket you never admit you sleep with. Now let us talk about net operating income, which is just your rental income minus your operating expenses. If this number keeps climbing steadily, lenders start looking at you like you are the reliable friend who always pays back the pizza money. A lot of new operators think growth alone impresses banks, but that is like showing up to a job interview only bragging about how many hours you worked instead of what you actually built. Lenders want proof of profit, not just proof of hustle. Interest coverage ratio is another quiet judge in the room. It shows if your income can comfortably cover your interest payments, and if that number gets thin, lenders start sweating more than you do. Here is something people misunderstand a lot. Covenants are not punishments. They are more like guardrails that keep your business from sliding off a cliff while you are busy admiring the view. Diversification also builds trust because relying on one city or one property type is risky, kind of like a superhero with only one power that stops working in the rain. Lenders like seeing multiple markets and property types since it shows you can survive local slowdowns. Transparency is underrated too. If you send lenders clean financial statements regularly, it is like showing up to a group project with your part already done instead of scrambling the night before. A lot of operators panic when a covenant gets close to being broken, but early communication with your lender can turn a scary moment into a simple conversation. Lenders usually respect honesty more than silence followed by surprises. Scaling a midterm rental business is exciting, but lenders are basically saying prove it with numbers, not vibes. If you track these covenants consistently, you build the kind of trust that keeps doors open instead of loans frozen. So if you want real strategies to keep lenders confident while you grow your midterm rental empire, do you want to learn more about our company? Check out our links in the description.